Welcome to Cut Daisies and Unicorns Trailer Thursday. So you are hearing us, watching us as we have recorded today. So you're going to get the trailer that is going to give you some insight into the things that we talked about in the episode. So we're going to kind of walk through that with you and bring it to you as only we can do.
Is that how trailers work? Really?
I think.
We're going to walk it through.
Right.
I don't like to walk. I do walk, though, but I don't like to. But I have two legs,
But
so...
you don't want to run either.
Oh, I want to run less than I want to walk. Oh, my gosh. Yeah. And, you know, atrophy. The atrophy of the human body as it grows older. That's what I have to keep in mind, so I just keep moving.
Right.
That's exactly the goal. But yeah.
And if you're not moving, you're dying.
Oh man. And what we're even doing to our listeners by changing Trailer Tuesdays to Trailer Thursdays and release of the episode to Sunday evenings at 7 p.m. For those of you, which I noticed weren't any, we didn't get any views. But then, of course, we didn't really tell anybody in the medias.
Oh, like we were releasing soon?
Yeah. So, and I was just coming back into town on Sunday, and then, quite frankly, when I got back, I was worn out.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Spending time with people wears me out. The people weren't horrible. It's just a reality. So, Mike, when you hear this, I don't speak ill. We had a wonderful time. It was great. Thank you very much. Adam, didn't mind you either that much. Just kidding. I know you like to get snarky, so we'll give you that. All right?
So you were giving it back.
Oh, yeah. But, so we got, if you're listening to this, we've got episode 12. You know, I was thinking about this. We may have to refigure out how we're going to do this. Because it's episode 12 for us in our history.
Right. But should it be episode 2
of
season 2?
Season 2, right.
I have a hard time trying to figure out the order of that too.
So, or we could just skip over. But see, it's going to get in year 2. But see, at that point, we would be on season 5.
Right.
And so, episode 1. And so maybe that's how we should break it down.
Yeah, go all the way back again so they can see then 10 episodes, 10. Yeah. Might be best to reorder.
All right.
We can do that.
We can change that on the labels. That's no big deal at all.
So, season 2, episode 2.
What? 22? I like that number. Are we shooting a gun?
No.
22,
son.
No. We're not going into the whole arms issue.
No.
Not
yet.
Not today.
Not in this trailer.
Hey, Phil. Hey, what was one of your highlights of the next episode? I really like that when I did that on the street for that one trip. I'm like, hey, Phil.
Hey, yeah. And then I'm always like, what's going to follow? What am I going to say? Because I'm trying to already process, like, what is it you're going to say? How am I going to say?
That's why I like keeping just a little bit extra in my left pocket just for you.
Just in case, just to make it spicy.
Oh, yeah. Hey, by the way,
Yeah.
Tortuga's Lie.
Yeah.
Did you have that?
I have it right now. I'm going to have it today, actually, for the first time.
I want to hear.
planning.
I want to hear your review.
Okay.
All right. Hashtag not a sponsor.
Right.
But maybe one of the best hot sauces I've ever had.
Ooh.
As far as flavorful. Ghost pepper. You know, people, do you remember back in, you probably don't remember back in the 80s. This is actually part of what's going on. We're going to talk about the 80s, and we'll get there. But do you remember, I remember going to Spaghetti Works and like getting worked up about eating banana peppers. Like, oh my gosh, it's going to burn.
Are they going to be spicy?
Going to burn my mouth, my mouth. And I like have a banana pepper now, and it's like, this is basically the sweet pickle recipe for peppers.
It is.
I mean, it's pickled. It's pickled peppers.
Right. Yeah, it's the same one where you get it in the Papa John's pizza, right? They give you the little banana pepper.
Yeah.
People are like, "Oh, you're gonna eat that?" Like, it's not hot. So, I mean, I don't even touch them anymore because I'm like, I mean, their flavor's fine.
Yeah.
Put them on something else, but like to eat it plain,
Right.
There's no sport in it.
And then they started pickling jalapenos.
Right.
So if you're like doing a scale of pickled peppers and then jalapenos.
I thought you were gonna do the tongue twisters.
Well, I stumbled on
Peter
that.
Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers.
How many peppers did Peter Piper pick? Mm-hmm. Yeah. But what I really appreciate is now the jalapeno pepper distributors are actually labeling mild, hot, extra hot. Like you can pick up pickled jalapenos in the different heat indices.
Right.
And then with that, be able to put that together. But then entree, ghost pepper. Now, after ghost pepper is the Carolina Reaper. And I just have to say that this ghost pepper hot sauce it's not hot. And I mean, I'm used to backing off on some heat.
Right.
It's not necessarily for the first time down. It's more for the second time out.
Right. I think some people call that a spicy butthole.
Oh. So anyway, you're going to have that. We'll do a review. Tortugas Lie is a spot in North Carolina in the Outer Banks that's a restaurant, and they have a .com, so our listeners could actually order it.
Yeah.
If you're interested into something that's a little spicy.
You think they got it on Amazon?
That
you'd have to go through
I would have to check.
Yeah.
I mean, we'd have to actually search Amazon for it.
Because if it was on Amazon, you could do the whole marketing partner.
Yeah, some affiliate.
Right, affiliate marketing.
Affiliate marketing. Someday we're actually going to do that. We've talked about it. Hey, Phil, tell them what's going to happen. So, hey, what's your favorite part coming into Sunday's episode?
Yeah, so I think
Season 2, Episode 2.
Season 2, Episode 2. I think there's a couple of things. I always get fired up when we talk about things of justice nature, as we going back to what we talked about in Season 1.
Yeah.
And I think we mentioned that was going to be an element of sorts. And we kind of made a link between the 1980s and the things that were happening with cocaine, and how that even plays out into the connection of current day events. So,
if you were wanting to ask yourself some questions, what did the 1980s cocaine, 1980s cocaine government, 1980s cocaine, and 2021? How does it all tie together, other than you and I have both lived through the 1980s? All right, so we have that. If you wonder about it, check it out Sunday. And speaking of 2021, the other thing I'll tell you about? We had the Great Fire of Chicago 2021 happen last night. And that is a personal story in regards to, there were 2 fire departments, there was fire. We're going to talk about, insert your favorite dumpster fire joke.
Right. Start thinking of them now.
And just know that the Great Fire of 2021, everyone is safe, everyone is okay, and there's still a building left.
And there were no animals hurt in the production of this podcast.
Well,
or the Great Chicago Fire of 2021.
All right. We're also going to cover some parenting milestones, seasons, self-awareness, and also speaking into personal experience of spectrum and autism. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and so we both got some milestones as parents coming up, different.
We do.
Different milestones, but both equally trying to be able to navigate that. And for me, being able to be challenged on the emotional side parts and
Yeah.
not afraid to, dip my toes in the feelings.
At least it's worth considering.
Right.
How do I feel about this? Usually the question that stumps me is whether I care or not.
But not on the parenting milestones.
Oh,
You
no.
don't have to
This
answer.
is just about regular life, know. It's the Avett Brothers song that always reminds me is the opposite of love is not hate, it's indifference. And so my general attitude of indifference usually gets in the way of some people like, hey, what do you think about that? And I'm like, well, do I have to?
Do I have to think about that?
Really? You're asking, I need to exert brain power on this?
Right.
I'm pretty sure that brain cell died years ago.
That one's long gone. Trying to rebuild them.
Which is really
Make them better.
like me just being an asshole because I'm a deep feeler. And so sorry, I'm just so sorry. Gosh, and apparently we're just getting more at ease because what I've noticed about my language in season 2 is it's horrible. I've been swearing all over the place.
I did have to make the last episode explicit.
Did you?
Yeah. I mean, even though I wouldn't even, I've listened to other podcasts that are listed as explicit and very much so.
Right.
I would still say we're not even in that ballpark of
Well, we
getting-
stay away from F-bombs,
right.
And
Maybe not intentionally, but
I'm-
maybe it is intentional. I don't know.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, when you say butthole on the air, that's, to me, that word's just as funny to me.
I think it's funny too.
But yeah. So anyway, for those of you who are offended by my language, I'm sorry. I will going forward pay attention more. Yeah. Otherwise,
And maybe for those people who aren't offended, they want you to use it more. So
yeah.
who knows?
Okay.
We have different segments of population out there who
We do.
don't care.
I just would love for people, if they're going to listen to the podcast in the car and their kids are there, then they,
Be forewarned, or just saying
yeah.
you can listen to it with whoever there.
If you're on the treadmill, yeah. Categories,
Right.
comedy.
That's usually when I'm listening to it, is elliptical.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing is that you can choose your different formats. And so go ahead and check in with us Sunday night, 7 p.m., or at least put it on your alert button so that you can get it and be able to download it and listen to it when you will. Okay?
Right. Do that. Do it now.
Do all the
Plan
stuff.
for it.
And if you're like, I'm really tired of listening to you two just ramble on, just know next week we'll have a Zoom interview with Cameron Schneider. And he is a musician. I'm not even sure what his job is currently as a profession, or as him navigating the life of I need to pay my bills. But then also he's actively participating with a group called the Supply Hive. And so there's a lot of different things that we're going to be able to pick up. And we had actually approached Cam when we were starting the podcast to be our specialized musical guest with new music and stuff like that. That didn't end up working out that way, but we will be interested to see what new things he's listening to and what new projects. I've worked with Cam. He's a incredible drummer. Totally different drummer than Wally. And I would consider Wally a great drummer as well. These percussionists, they've got all kinds of sticks they're pulling out of their back pockets. All right.
All right. So check it out. Like, subscribe, all of those fun things. Even go on once you've been listening for a while. Give us a rating. 5 stars or greater. 5 stars.
Okay. All right. So We're not going to the 10-star system. Yeah, and nobody wins. Everybody gets a ribbon.
Nobody wins.
All right,
Everybody gets a
everybody.
ribbon.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Take care.